Good evening, everyone. How the devil are we all doing? Mex, Indane, Keikoon, Mick X, Neuro, Mont, Sindane, sorry, I don't know if I said you at the start. Hello, everyone. Good evening. We're back with some money. I am going to launch rockets today. You may have noticed I've deconstructed our rocket, but we're going to launch it today. Cross, how's it going, buddy? We are back. We're back with our base. I think I've ran for like 2 cycles since the last, or maybe a cycle and a half, something, since the last stream yesterday. More just to plan out a few things so we can start getting an idea of what I've got planned for this space. So, obviously we've got a telescope buoy down here. I want to build another power grid today. This is all done on like low priority at the minute, so we'll deal with this in a bit. I've also ripped out what we'd already built in terms of steam rockets, because honestly, I feel I was lied to a little bit. We're going to make bigger rockets. Bigger rockets. What that means is I've got to put in this steam build down here, and obviously get our piping up here for our water. But we should be good to go pretty soon. As a bit of a recap, everything seems to be ticking along in the base. Obviously, we had the little derp in the last stream with the tubes that put us back quite a bit, but now this is all fixed, we should have more people up in space. Things seem to be ticking on okay. Obviously, we had a little bit of a food shortage because we didn't cook for a while, but we're now back up to 150 odd fried mushrooms, 25 stuffed berries, bit of barbecue. Yeah, we should be good. I'm very well, thank you, Neuro. Very well. Eldora, how's it going? Is it cold in England? You seem to be wearing a thick one. Yeah, Mick, this is... I don't know if you can see the reindeer. This is my Christmas jumper. Keikoon, thank you very much for the sub, buddy. Much appreciated, and welcome, bud. Welcome. This is my Christmas jumper, alright? One of a couple I have. And when it gets cold enough, I like to pop on a Christmas jumper, alright? It's fucking freezing today. Absolutely freezing. So, I quite like it when it gets this time of the year. I can wear all my fucking super thick, woolly, Christmassy, guilty pleasure jumpers. They're the ones that are locked away in a safe until it gets to like October, November. And only then am I allowed to crack them open. The missus wouldn't let me wear them throughout the year. Where's your Halloween jumper? I don't have a Halloween jumper. I need to get one with a big fucking pumpkin on the front. A big bearded pumpkin. That's what I need. A big bearded pumpkin jumper. Yeah, in terms of other things in the base, the only other thing I did just before, I dug out a bit of this to get some wolframite, and I've put some ladders down here. Again, I think these are like priority 7 or something, just to get into here at some point. There's quite a bit of wolframite in here, and we've got a few weezeworts that I'd like to salvage as well. This biome's all melting, so obviously it's connected to our oil, so yeah, we'll do that at some point. I also did a quick run around the base and sorted some of the priorities. Pretty much everything now that isn't essential is down to like a priority 7 or an 8. Cooking stuff is still at a 9. Ranching stuff is still at a 9. Because I want that done pretty much at the moment. And then like shearing and stuff. Other than that, it's research. But we're not doing any research at the minute until we get some space rockets sorted. I've not done anything with this. I'm just going to leave this and see what happens. If it blows up at some point, it blows up. We've got a load of gold out of this. Where's our refined gold? 28 tons we're sat on at the minute. So what I could do is get the gold out of here now in case anything does happen in the future. I think this would be fine. Even if it all boiled away into petroleum ultimately, it would be fine. But yeah, what we need to do now, I've got some high priority stuff over here. This is going to get ripped out and I'm going to rebuild it, and I'll show you why in a minute. Nerd Rage, how's it going, buddy? It is a cold one today, Pryor. I said it on Discord earlier. It's fucking freezing here. Don't know why. It's super cold today. Sordid, how's it going, buddy? To the mun. Yes. Now, I've had a bit of a change of thought. I played a little bit of my own offline base and had a bit of a play with some of the spacey stuff. And that's why I've ripped this out. We can make a bigger rocket in our first one and put more of these research modules on. The steam build down here is a piece of piss, and I'll go through it with you in a minute. But for now, we just need to get people up here. What I'm probably going to do is line this with some more bunker tiles up to maybe this point or something. And then we'll be good to go. The majority of the heat seems to be released on the initial thing. And because it's only steam engines, I'll probably keep this chamber of steam engines for a while and use this one over here for like the more complicated engines that generate more heat. I've got more time to tinker around with it then as well, make it a bit more heat safe. I was told that this would generate loads of heat, and it doesn't really. It's like 200 odd degrees maybe, so it's not massive. It probably depends on the temperature of the steam that you pump in as well. So yeah, to space, yes, that is the plan. This stuff here is all quite high priority, so I'm just going to leave them to get this done. But then the idea is, what I'll probably do, We've got these that can be on a separate switch, and I don't really need the bunker doors, to be honest. I don't really need them. Because I found that rockets, when they're built, don't take any meteor damage. The only thing that does happen is they can get entombed, which again isn't really a big deal. Because you can just dig it out dead easy, but yeah. So I'll go through this stuff in a minute. I am going to need to get some power down here. And I'm also going to need to power this little boy here, which I can probably do off this. So we'll just bang you in there. One of your batteries isn't connected in your transformer room. Oh, really? No, I think it is. It just isn't needed at the minute. I think they're all connected. Unless I've missed some automation. No, they seem to be okay. Has anyone told Light to move his tubes today? Not yet, nerd. Fuck you if you do. Zeddy, how's it going? Welcome back. So yeah, what I'm going to need to do, we're going to need to get some oil in here. I want to have a layer of oil above these tepidizers, and then we're going to drip our water into a pool of hot oil. That is the plan. That's what I came up with when I was tinkering last night, and I think it makes sense. The third of your 6. The third of my 6. What? Oh, fuck it. You're right. Third from the top. Oh, bollocks. Ah, bollocks. Right, okay, well, we're going to have to get in there anyway. I want to get into here to pull a heavy watt circuit out if I can. So we probably need to get in there anyway. As I mentioned, it'd be nice if I had this up and running already, but I don't. My phone's going crazy. Give me a second, guys, in case it's the lady. There appears to be a wire missing. I think you're right. I think you're very right. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, I'd like to get this transformer up and running, because then we wouldn't need to waste as many of these wires running over here. I'd like to have a few circuits for running over to different bits and bobs that we're going to end up building over here. Like, we'll probably do some liquid cooling and stuff. We're going to need to make liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen, so we're going to need quite a bit of power coming out of this. So what I'll probably do is run some heavy watt wires out through the sides and run some heavy watt wires around, because it's going to be a bit of a fucking mess, this, honestly. It's going to be a bit of a pain. So the problem I've got is, how do I get into here without causing a nightmare? Maybe I could do the old dropping a bit of liquid on a tile trick. Maybe. It's probably not going to work, because as soon as they open that door it'll be lost, but I can try it. We can try. But yeah, they're doing stuff in a minute. I've put some pumps in here for moving our steam, and this is going to be where we build our actual rocket. So I can actually get that in now, so we can start getting an idea of space. So that's going to go there. We're going to need a shitload more steel, because I've sort of reserved some steel for some of the walls. But I can cancel this for now, I suppose. We can get rid of some of this. We don't really need it. We don't really need it all that much. Do a wallpaper tile then too. I did, Max. Drywall. I did it. Yeah, let's rip you out as well. These little shove voles are going to troll me, but there's not much I can do about it unless I should have thought about this a little bit differently and given the shove voles like a raised platform or something, but I think that's a theory, a plan that may have to go on the back burner for a while. Okay. Yeah, we built a rocket at the end of the last stream, but we didn't have any of the steam infrastructure up, so I've actually ripped it out today and we'll rebuild it. I may need to get a little bit more steel, but we'll see. Let's bang you back in. We may need more steel, because I've actually spent a bit on some of these bunker tiles and stuff. Honestly, these didn't need to be bunker tiles; they could have just been metal. But in my own base, I didn't seal this at all. I left it open. So what I basically did was ran bunker tiles all the way up the wall to like space border, and then did like a little bend off here, so that nothing could really get down here unless there were meteors coming directly down. And there was like a couple every now and again. I just dug them out. So we didn't need to mess about with all the doors above it and stuff. But I kind of like the idea of opening the doors, like prepare a rocket for takeoff, you know? I like it. So, needs to drop some liquid on here. Just needs to be a tiny amount, I think. I don't know if this will work, but we'll try it. It might not work. If it doesn't, then we lose some hydrogen, which isn't really the end of the world, but it's going to be quite a bit of hydrogen. Never seem to make it to that point. Yeah, to be honest, this is my first time really doing any of the space stuff. We didn't play the last update, Zeddy. I don't know if you know, but we skipped the last update, the last rocketry update. So I've come to this never having launched any rockets or anything like that. So this is all new to me, so it's quite exciting. I like it. I like it a lot. What happened? Regolith, son of a bitch. Son of an bitch. Son of a big old bitch. Which doors is that power connected to? That battery. The one that's missing is connected to these. Holy shit. Oh, it's powering it straight from the transformer anyway. It's not actually essential to get in here, but it makes sense to get in here and fix this. And what I think I'll probably do whilst I'm inside, I will... bollocks. I want to make a couple of these heavy watt if I can. At least the bottom one, maybe. Yeah, I could have done this a bit better. I could have done it a bit better. Okay, experience. I played the game twice in the previous update, but I cheated my way through sandbox mode and was kind of boring. Now playing legit survival standard setup without sandbox, it's a lot more interesting. Yeah, exactly. I think we talked about this last stream. Like, I think it's like any game. If you can I even drop this down here? Will it get vacuumed up before it lands here? It's going to get vacuumed up by space, isn't it? I think, like with any game, I want to try this for science anyway. I don't know how fallen liquids work. Like with any game, I think if you're too hasty to jump into debug or creative mode or whatever, it sort of bites you in the ass, doesn't it? You end up like, I can just build everything. There's no challenge. It's not fun. Like sometimes a little bit of the grind makes the game. I know I'm like that anyway. Because then you get the reward feeling of when you've actually done it. Let's drop a bit of petroleum. I think the fallen liquids are going to get deleted, but I don't know. I don't know how the space vacuum works with like moving entities. We will see. So yeah, I've just got a couple of temp shift plates now. I'll explain this build in a minute. It's actually really simple. It's just a tepidizer build, basically. Mrs. Sprigster, how's it going? Hi there, Broski. Around a week ago, I remember you mentioned a lag fix for Oni. Do your chat happen to have a link to said fix? Sprigster, that only worked when you're on the pre-release. It wasn't a lag fix as such, or it was. It was disabling the debug tools that run in the background when you're doing pre-release builds. But that's now been removed because it's live. So the debug tools don't run in the background anymore, so you can't remove the settings, so you're stuck with what you've got, I'm afraid. It is what it is. Right, give me some petroleums. And I want to watch this and see what happens. I don't know what we're doing in terms of spacey analysis, by the way. What are we actually looking at the minute? I don't know where we've even been. What are we even analysing at the minute? So, don't know, are these just doing it automatically? Or are they just doing anything? Let's analyse that one. Maybe they were just using it and not actually doing anything with it. Right. Yeah, we don't have too much steel, but what I want to do is see how many of these we can get built. So these cost 200 each, that's fuck all. So we're going to put like 9 of these in, I think. Do I have to build them one at a time, really? Christ. We're going to want a few of these. Thanks, I guess I'll soldier on. Yeah, sorry, Sprig. The only other things I can recommend is stop as many CPU heavy things running as possible. Like, don't have loads of Google tabs open and stuff like that. Stop as much stuff running on your CPU as possible, and that might help you a little bit, but it's just the game first, personally. Personally, the worst part of using debug mode too much, you quickly get an unrealistic view of what actually is achievable in the game. Saturnus, is this in response to people posting builds on the forums by any chance? Is that possibly where that's come from? Especially in regards to using materials you would have difficulty to get hold of early. It fucking is. It's in response to that thread you posted earlier, isn't it? Oh my god, why are you doing this build? All of these things would have taken 1,000,000 years to get from space. You're a noob. I'm better than you. Saturnus. Regards. It is! Oh, Jesus. Zoo Hybrid, how's it going, buddy? I saw that reply, Saturnus. It tickled me up. This would take 29 trips to space to get 1 tile's worth of material. This is unrealistic. Fuck you. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Does debris block scope? It probably reduces some of the visibility, yeah, so you probably need to dig all this crap out. I've not put any of the other miners in yet, the robo miners. And the ones that we have got in are probably starting to warm up a little bit, although it'll take ages for them to overheat. So, it'll take a while. 12 dupes, 108 cycles in, no deaths, plenty of food and water. Nice, Eddie, nice. The next step is to make sure you can sustain it for a long period of time. That's what it's about. So there's no good having a big old bump of food and then be like, shit, I've run out of X ingredient. Calling out as you see it. Oh, fair enough, mate. It just tickled me up. I just knew that was in response to it. I knew it. How are you doing today? Recovered your brain cells? Yeah, I've slept now. I'm feeling all right. I've got a tankard of coffee, a stein of coffee, and I'm good to go. Coal is running out. You need more hatches then. More hatches. Don't want to put ladders in here. We'll put a few in. I'll make them out of ceramic or something. Although they're probably just going to get damaged anyway. I might end up taking meteor damage and stuff here. Let's bang a few of these in. We're going to need to make this ladder much bigger. I don't know if it's worth me building this ladder out of anything but Mafic. I'll just build out a Mafic for now. This will be fine. It's going to go up to like here or something, maybe. A bit higher. Boosh. I see you ripped out the spaceship. I did, Zoo. Reason being, it was tiny, and we're going to make a bigger one. I was going to do my steam boiler thing under here. And what we'll do, we'll just use this one to keep doing research trips. Research. And then this tube over here we'll use when we've researched some of the bigger rocketry bits. It gives me some time to get this built as well. Figure out how I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to up this to like a 7, by the way, so they start actually doing some of this stuff. Which would be nice, because I'm going to need that today. We're probably best doing some of this as well. I mean, it doesn't really matter. The heat sort of just gets lost to space anyway, but get a bit of this done. And yeah, we'll just manually dig this for now until I've got my power sorted and I can put more miners in. I've not delivered any petrol yet, which kind of makes me sad. Circulated fun. I've got past 150. What do you prefer? Power at this stage of the game. Power at this stage of the game is probably a combination. I don't really stick to just any one type of power. I use a bit of all sorts. So it's normally a combination of natural gas, hydrogen, coal. At this point, I probably wouldn't be using dupe labour. I'd use dupe labour again much later in the game when they've got feck all to do. You know, like manual gens and stuff. Am I just voiding petroleum? Do I keep missing it? Or, oh no, they were digging this stuff, weren't they? I want to, oh my telescope boys keep getting sunscope. I want to make sure we, I want to see what happens with this. I don't know if it just it'll get sucked up on the way down. I want to see. Yeah, in this playthrough we had 3 natural gas geysers, so we had quite a big supply of natural gas. So I think we're predominantly using natural gas, but the base is probably, where are we? We are probably getting a bit low on natural gas. We've got a ton left per tile in here, so we've still got quite a bit. But I think this was like 1,200 kilos last time I looked, maybe 100 cycles ago or something, 50 cycles back. So we are using up our natural gas. We do need to start looking at maybe petroleum or solar is probably the thing that will help us next. But I want to get a rocket launch first. I want to do rockets. I want to do rockets. Tiny rockets is good. Maybe it doesn't satisfy the ladies, but at least it doesn't annoy anyone. No, big rockets. Big, long rockets. And fast-moving hips. I started tapping into the natural gas. Guys are currently stocking it into tanks and setting up some generators. Keep wondering where to go with carbon dioxide. Basically, either pump it into... Fuck, I thought it was petroleum. Either pump it into your oil biome for now, like cap off a bit of your oil biome and just store it all in there. I mean, you can store a lot of carbon dioxide down at your oil biome when you start digging that out, and then it's ready for, like, if you do slickster farms or something down there later, maybe. Or yeah, just overpressurize it. We've done a number of builds on like overpressurizing tanks and stuff, and that's a nice way of storing it up. Diamond thermal conductivity is 80 at a temp shift. And these builds and long-term plans. No, my long-term plans are always ambitious, not difficult, just ambitious. Didn't open your oil biome yet. Well, what we've done, Zeddy, I'll just quickly show you. We've got like overpressurized tanks for most of our gases. So, for example, here's our natural gas tank. Here is our carbon dioxide tank, where the majority of our carbon dioxide from our generators and stuff gets deposited for now. And then later on, when we need it, when we need to feed slicksters, or, you know, I'll probably do a slickster farm at some point. I don't know where I'll do it, but I'll probably do a slickster farm and a molten slickster farm, and I've got food ready on hand then. So we've got like 1.5 tons per tile in here. But a lot of my carbon dioxide I've just pumped down here. So I'm in my oil biome, and this is now full of, you know, 5 kilos per tile of carbon dioxide. And this is just a couple of pumps at the bottom of the map, and an overpressurized high pressure vent. And all these do is, if there is carbon dioxide in this tile for 5 seconds, and if the pressure is above 500 grams, the pumps will pump some carbon dioxide down here. It's not perfect, but kind of works. And that's that basically. So there's, I mean, here's a big old storage tank for you. You know what I mean? You don't have to use overpressurized tanks if you don't want to. But I like to use them because things like polluted oxygen. I've got 200 kilos of polluted oxygen backed up here, and I don't even know where this has come from. I think this has come from these things. It's come from my natural gas gen room. Later I might use this and just turn it into liquid oxygen, or, you know, maybe I'll use some of this oxygen. I've got 4 tons per tile in here of liquid oxygen ready to go. 4.5 tons per tile. Chlorine, I've got 2.5 tons, and I've no idea what we're going to use the chlorine for, but maybe in the future we'll have gassy moo cows. I don't know. But for now, who knows? Who knows? Alright, let's get another bit of this rocket built. We're going to need quite a few of these bastards. I'm annoyed that you can't just lay out the blueprint. That makes me a little bit salty. Makes me a little bit salty. You need to be deconstructed for a minute. Lovely. The road is long, but the path is straight, yes. Oh, with tank really mean the tank in the builder's menu? Can I select little tanks by overpressurizing? The reservoirs in the builders in the base menu, they can only hold up to 150 kilos of gas. It's not massive amounts, but it's, you know, if you built 10 of them, you've got 1.5 tons of carbon dioxide set up. So, yeah, I mean that would work. But there is, if you have a look on, there is a playlist there on my YouTube. If you have a look on there, there's a video on overpressurized gas vents and how they work, and that'll teach you how to make a overpressurized tank if you want to. It is a little bit of a cheat. It's based on the fact that only one element can occupy a tile at a time, and vents detect the pressure in front of them, whether it's liquid or gas or whatever. So as long as you keep the liquid in front of a gas vent below the gas overpressurized limit, they will pump out gas. That's how our overpressurized tanks work. It's a little bit of an exploit. Some people don't like it, but I do it because it's a time saver on stream more than anything. Where is my petroleum? Christ! Do I have access to petroleum? Please tell me I do. I've got a tank down here, haven't I? Oh! No! Why? Not like this. Not like this! Give me some petroleum. Jesus, I'm sat there like a twat waiting. Ah. Son of a bitch. Not like this. It begins. Right, we need a couple more stone boys wrangling. Have we got any young stone boys in here? How are we looking? Let's get some hatches wrangled. I think we need like 4 or 5 of them wrangled or something. They should all be quite young, I think, 'cause we've hatched most of these ourselves. Yeah, let's get them wrangled. Lovely. Yeah, let's get you wrangled as well. I think that should do us then. I don't even know what we're feeding our stone boys at the minute. Igneous rock. We've got 1,000 tons of igneous rock. That should do us for now, I think. That should tide us over. I may need some more. I think my jetpack dudes will just build this, won't they? I don't need to fuck about with ladders. Start as you mean to go on, yep. Yep. Listen, if there wasn't a few derps every now and again, you know, frequently. Where are you off to? Oh. Okay. Okay. Bing, 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 bing. Aha! Aha. Now then. Will this work? If I ask somebody to come in here and build this probably is going to backfire terribly, but we can then connect you up. And I think I'm going to want to mess about with these wires as well. But the only problem is if I disconnect any of these, I'm kind of boned. Oosh. What is going on here? Why are you open? Why are you few open? That makes no sense. So we'll just get this built. Is it literally one piece of wire I'm missing? You son of a bitch. Oh, okay, Pseudo. You're only in for a little bit. Fair enough, mate. Well, good evening, buddy. I hope your evening's going okay. Nice. I didn't think this was going to work. I thought it was going to just displace it and poof, gone. But it seems to work. Seems to be fine. Right, we want more of these. I need to keep building these. It's really annoying that I can't just whack a load of them in. How much is the command module? That's 200 as well. So yeah, we've got loads of these. We've got enough to build loads of these for now. And hopefully we won't blow it up so we can reuse the bastard. Is the scanner setup working? I haven't had time to catch up. It's working, but it's just not fully set up yet. As in, it's scanning and it's opening the doors that we've powered, but we ran out of circuits. So I need to do another grid here. But we'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, it's sort of working. For all intents and purposes, it's nearly there. I'm going to rip this bastard out, which I think is going to cause me some problems. In fact, this is probably going to stop things from working altogether. Bastard. $1,200. Yeah, big fucker. 1,200. See, I've left some power on these for robo-miners, but these ones down here, I've already got robo-miners in place, so I can probably reshuffle this a little bit and maybe get one or two of these back.